What is, everyone? Welcome to the Nerd On Update, the weekly show where we talk about the stuff in the news that excites us, and we answer questions from you, the people. And since we don't introduce ourselves in this show, Tom, why don't you start us off?
So what's up, y'all? It's your boy, the DC boy. If you're familiar with the show, that you know I talk about the DC. But you know what? When I wrote what I was gonna do for the news, I was kind of excited because I didn't have to talk about DC stuff, even though like I'm the resident guy. But so the news I wrote down.
You're the what?
The DC boy.
There it is.
You know what I'm saying? The DC boy, the DC show. But recently this week, or this past week by the time you're listening on the apps, the Blade, Blade, people know Blade. People know what a Marvel is.
Yeah.
Like motherfuckers always trying to ice skate a pill?
Exactly. But
that's okay.
The entire trilogy written by David S. Goyer, starring Wesley Snipes, is getting a reboot in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Hell yeah.
And the star is none other than Mahershala Ali, aka the dopest dressed dude in Battle Angel Alita.
We called it, Tom. We called it.
Called that.
No, we called it.
So he's going to be the star of this Blade reboot, and the production is finally moving forward, or at least like a little bit of the headway of the planning and all the pre-production and everything that goes into it, because they have now enlisted a writer, and this writer is found in Stacy Osei-Kuffour, and she is one of the story writers for Watchmen. HBO's Watchmen. And so if you are familiar with Nerd On as a whole, you know that we covered HBO's Watchmen. And
we did.
If you know me, that was my favorite. That's still my favorite show of all time, I think. So she will be the first.
It ruined you.
Yeah, it ruined television for me. But she will be the first black woman screenwriter in a Marvel Cinematic Universe film.
Hell yeah.
Writing. And I want to make sure that like it's said that not only is she a well established writer, but she was also in Pen 15 as actor writer. So she has both experience. So I think it's gonna be really, really cool. But also it's just cool to see these different levels of representation that is kind of being like, I think really starting to make waves. And we're seeing more of it now. Stacy Osei-Kuffour is going to be the screenwriter for Blade, and Mahershala Ali was involved in trying to find who was going to write for the film, and I think that's really important too. And now to me, I'm just like, now who's going to direct it? Because we all know Kevin Feige's going to produce. My vote's in for Rick Famuyiwa to direct. I think that'd be pretty baller.
That would be
if I may
amazing.
say so myself.
That would be amazing.
Dope. Oh, I thought you were going to go with it.
That would have been pretty dope.
They're gonna go for it.
But it wouldn't be a DC Boy segment if I didn't include that. At the time of this recording, about maybe an hour ago, there was a Zactivation, #Zactivation from the #Snyder Cut. If you know me, I'm very excited about the Snyder Cut.
Must you?
But no, there was a drop. There was a small little video of, you hear Tom Hulkenberg, who is Junkie XL, with his score, and some shots of Ray Fisher, who, we all know got kind of like snubbed from his, performance that he had in Justice League. And there's just a clip of that, and it's just a small little clip, and then the announcement date of the trailer that will drop, the final trailer for Zack Snyder's Justice League, which I'm really excited about because it's on 2/14, and 2/14 is a really important date to the people who follow release the Snyder Cut movement, because that was the original quote unquote runtime for his cut was 214 minutes. And so 2/14 is really important in that. So it's kind of just nice. Again, he's really kind of championing like a fandom instead of kind of letting the marketing team go through that. And like, that's where he's come from. But so yeah, trailer, February 14th, final trailer, HBO Max, March 18th, drop date. All right.
Legit.
Who's next?
Legit. I can go next.
Do it.
Okay.
Since I threw you under the bus at the beginning of the show.
There you go. There you go.
Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh, so this was actually your news.
Oh, I thought you were joking.
This is real news.
Okay.
Knights of the Old Republic maybe getting a AAA remake, which I'm pretty stoked about. There's been some rumors, some hints. Nothing is concrete. Take everything I'm saying here with a grain of salt. It's all rumors and little breadcrumbs, but
Really?
it is widely assumed
Speculated.
that Aspire Media, who handled the ports of Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 when they came to like phones and stuff like that, is rumored to be making a remake with a AAA budget. Little hints include hiring a slew of ex-BioWare employees for what is marketed as, on these job listing sites, a AAA role-playing game with interactive conversations and narrative-driven cinematic content.
I like that word slew.
You know, that's actually the plural for bears.
Slew?
Sleuth. A
Oh, I
sleuth
said
of bears.
slew.
Oh, close
Clue,
enough.
different word, Tom.
Close
They
enough.
all the internet has been sleuthing about to find this information.
Good segue.
But yeah, so if you listen to any of our shows, I'm very excited about this because while it may not be Knights of the Old Republic 3 that I've always dreamed of, getting a remake or a reimagining of this game with updated graphics and handling and everything like that would be a fine placeholder for now until the inevitable day of Knights of the Old Republic 3 coming out. So that's it. Aspire Media, keep an eye out.
Aspire helped, or they made one of my favorite games, which is Civilization 5. And
I did not know that. Civ 5.
It's so good.
I can only imagine what you are like playing that game, but we'll save that conversation
Gandhi.
for another day. Yeah, totally like Gandhi.
Yeah,
I'm
totally.
evil.
But like Gandhi in Civilization, who drops nukes.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Caitlin, how about you go next? Because I'm handling kind of tech stuff. So
Yeah,
you
go for
next.
it. So
You handle
I-
that kind of tech stuff.
I did come across this documentary that I wasn't expecting to see. And after I actually watched it this morning, because it came out at the time of this recording, it came out the day before on Friday, the 5th. And it's all about Britney Spears. It's called Framing Britney Spears. And
Yes.
it's basically about how since like 2008 or something,
Leave Britney
2008, she has been under a conservatorship with her father, Jamie Spears. And basically, this documentary is talking about how a conservatorship is for someone who is like senile and cannot be in control of their own life. This conservatorship was supposed to be temporary because it was when she was having her meltdown and like her life was falling apart. So it's supposed to be a temporary thing. And basically, it's been going. She's still under a conservatorship, even though
I did not know that.
Yeah,
And
it's still happening.
She posts some like really questionable TikToks, which makes a lot of people be like, "Is this like the veil of like help me kind of
Yeah.
thing?" So
There's been some there's to use this phrase breadcrumbs if you want to dive deep into it, where they're like, in the next video, wear this if you need help, and she did, and but it's just like subtle enough where it's like, but is that it, or did she even see that, or is it?
And there's this whole thing. There's the Free Britney movement. Because her father her father was the conservatorship for everything, like her daily life of who she's allowed to see, her money, her estate, like having guards around her all day, every day. Like he controlled all of her. And then he had like a stint with alcoholism or some medical thing. So he was removed from her like person, but he's still involved in her finances. So he's still co-conservatorship with her financial life, even now. Like, if that was 2008, that was over 12 years ago now.
No,
so
don't remind me. My back.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. But yeah, like, and even one of the lawyers that was on the case with the conservatorship with her dad was like asking for a raise, which is impossible for a conservatorship because that means they shouldn't be functional at all. And that's when she was doing her second residency at Las Vegas. And so it's like this whole documentary just breaks down the insanity of this. And then it makes you question things because the end of it, they say, we requested Britney Spears to like talk on this. We have no idea if she got our requests or not.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, no one knows, but they're trying to shed light on it because like in court documents, it says that she has acknowledged and supported her fans that are doing this Free Britney movement, and that she doesn't want her father to be a conservator, and that she's afraid of
they've gone
him.
to court a couple times, right?
Yeah, I know there's been
so it's
effort
like a whole,
from her sister trying to take control instead. So
and her mom has been involved. So it's like, it also talks about like her basically growing up in the public eye and the scrutiny that she faced, and then the whole Justin Timberlake thing. Like,
I was gonna say, there's been a lot of Justin Timberlake, like this the Bugs Bunny meme was like, I would like you to have a very good Justin Timberlake go to jail. Like, there's a lot of those memes right now. I'm like, well, oh my goodness. And apparently, like, a lot of headlines are kind of calling it where it's like, this is like the tragic tale of like a bunch of people who just use Britney Spears.
Yeah,
And it's just like so sad.
yeah,
So sad.
but it like opens up conversations for like how things have changed and how things need to keep changing, and you know, if she's still under this, then it should change to what she wants it to be and the people around her want it to be, and not just my daughter's gonna get me a boat, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I
Should be only if she wants to.
Yeah.
in the early 2000s, I was a very big fan of Britney. I even went to a
That
concert
tracks.
and whatnot.
That tracks for sure.
Can't confirm.
That's a very Josh tracking situation.
But yeah, anyway, my news.
Yeah. Give us the news, Joshy.
No
Poo.
judgment.
So yeah, on Friday, actual Friday, not day before day before yesterday. There
Wow.
was a massive.
Y'all are lost.
There was a massive Square Enix Final Fantasy XIV announcement showcase, and they announced a lot of stuff. Final Fantasy XIV has become a new game that I've been playing a lot with my fire team from Fallout 76. We needed another game.
Shout out.
So we started playing this until Fallout adds more content. So
Or cross-platform play.
or cross-
Yeah.
Bethesda, I know that you are watching. I know that you're listening.
Yeah, we know.
Cross-platform play. Love you. So some of the announcement stuff that was released was there will be a new expansion called Endwalker. There will be a PS5 version that is going to beta testing in April, which I'm excited for because I have a PS5. The level cap will increase from 80 to 90. There will be 2 new jobs, which includes a sage, which will be the healer, and there's also this melee DPS that is in secret right now, but the theory is that it will be a necromancer.
I'm not
New
excited about
areas.
that for any weird reasons.
Oh, you
so
just
that's
like
it.
death.
I made it weird. Okay, I'm sorry.
That just reminds me of that meme of like, you have my sword. It was like, I need to get avenged for my brother. So you have my sword, my axe, and your brother.
There was a lot. New areas, new dungeons, new raids, including a 24-person alliance raid, new side quests, new gear. One interesting thing, they're removing belts because as an equipable slot, because people say that some of the stats are generally negligible and not really a big deal, and it takes up inventory space. So anyway, there was a lot, and
Who knew?
it'll be kind of unfolding over the next few months. Yeah, good
What
stuff.
about hockey pads?
Square Enix
want
has
to.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I want to shout out to the night Boom Night. She was trying so hard to get me into Final Fantasy 14, and I'm so sorry that it took me so long. Shout out to you. I'm on
I was
there
gonna
now.
say Square
good.
Enix has such a funny relationship with belts. Like, that was just a Kingdom Hearts thing of like, no more zippers, belts are cool now. And they're like, no more belts, now hoodies are cool. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
What do we
They're
do?
making a fashion statement. Top
Just tell me what to
dog.
wear.
They are. Okay. So
Awesome.
now the next part,
The
right?
next part of the show in which I am going to go to this screen. I love it.
What am I looking at?
The next part of the show is in which we answer questions from you, the audience, the listeners, the viewers. And you can send in your questions to questions@nerdon.tv. You can also go to nerdon.tv/questions. You can submit a form there. If you are a part of our Discord, nerdon.tv/discord, there are channels that are specific to you that you can submit your questions there. Speaking of the Discord, there are public channels in which you can submit questions. I think that you're getting that there are a lot of ways that you can submit questions, even social media comments,
Slip and
Also-
slide them DMs, baby.
DMs. If you
In
are
a
a part of
respectful manner.
Yes. So anyway, if you're watching our show live on Twitch, we will also take questions from there as well. But a really big part about this is that if you are a member of the Nerd On Nation, which is powered by Patreon, you get what we call a Nerd On Nudge, which your questions are answered first. And, the questions can be anything. Like Jeremy M., who I think is
Is
watching
in the chat right now.
right now. Which is one thing everyone is absolutely gaga over that you don't get or just can't stand? Not trying to stoke bitterness or shit on what people love, just a different strokes kind of question.
Oh, I see.
I know Caitlin's.
I
know Caitlin's.
Rod.
I know
Are you sure
Josh's.
that you know?
Yeah,
It's
Funko
Hot Rod.
Pop?
Oh, Funko
Oh, okay.
Pops.
Yeah. No, you're right. Actually, I have kind of
We've
a
been
long
working
list
together
of
3.5
things
years.
that I don't really like. There's like a few things that I'm just really not a fan of. But yeah, Funko Pops and Hot Rod are probably my top. That's like S tier things I'm not a fan of.
Hot Rod and Funko
Hot Rod I
Pops.
hate. Funko Pops I just am not a fan
everyone knows what to get you for the holiday
Don't give me
season.
any of those
You know what?
things.
That sounds like a Green Day song.
of. The first piece of fan
Hot
mail
Rod and
our
Funko
podcast
Pops.
ever received was a Hot Rod poster. Just so y'all know.
Can't confirm. Tom,
I'm sure
Corey?
Tom can tell me one of mine.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It should have been up my alley, and
it wasn't.
It wasn't. And no hate against it. I don't like, to
Not trying to stoke fires. No judgment.
Was
Genie
it
Maggie's
the
point.
incest?
I love. No, it just like every time I watch
That
it,
wasn't it.
No, it was my favorite. No,
Corey.
I just every time I watched it, it just made me want to watch Lord of the Rings, and that was
That's fair.
That was all.
I get that.
It's like the same thing I have with Nutella. Anytime I have Nutella, I eat it and I go, you know what would be good though? Peanut butter, way better. So look, that's my
That's okay.
opinion. I'm sticking to it.
I respect your
I don't
opinion.
like chocolate, so it's like too close to chocolate.
What? Wow, I didn't know that. Interesting.
We've learned
Unless it's got
something
peanut
every
butter
day.
covering the chocolate, then I love
Oh.
it.
Wow.
Yeah, that makes
All
sense.
right.
That makes sense.
All right.
Mine is. What is mine? I think it's got to be the movie Grease.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have spoken of that in a way that you are
Grease
not fond.
lightning.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like such a horrible person because I know that it's an American treasure. I know that it is. It's a musical film treasure. But
To some people it is, Josh, and to you it's not, and that's
it's
fine.
it's just not. It's just not. Grease the movie. Sorry, somebody asked. The next question comes from B.
I didn't
What did
answer.
Tom say? Tom didn't say anything.
Tom
Oh,
didn't
no,
say
no.
anything. And
I don't really
Josh-
care what Tom has.
This is why
Tom is
Josh
the
is the
other
president,
thing
right?
that Josh doesn't like.
Tom's opinion is the other thing that people are crazy about that Josh just doesn't get.
Some of that I'm really Josh, I hate this. For me, I don't know. I feel like this is really petty. For me to like the one I'm gonna pull.
Do
Because there's a lot of things I'm like, oh, people can like the thing, and if I don't like it, then it's whatever. But there's not a lot of things where like people like that I dislike.
And
I
Tom's
just don't
been on a kick lately. where
I
he's
just
been
don't
trying
like the culty-ness of it. I don't like this is the best thing ever.
What is it though?
to Marvel.
Well, no, it's an aspect of Marvel in the films, which hasn't been in WandaVision. That's my one little non-spoiler review right there. That every other line has to be a joke.
Mm.
I'm a big fan, and I say this all the time. I'm not a comedy writer, but like I like inserting comedy in moments where it calls for it. Like the moment where Kat kisses Agent 20 whatever in Civil War, and then Bucky and Sam are just like in the back, is like that's a great moment. Like, is it could you move your seat up? It's like no. Like that's a good moment, but it's like if someone's out to make someone else look like an idiot, I'm like, guys,
But why?
That's it. That's just it for me. Like,
Fair.
and it's not like I don't like comedy, but it's just like I like comedy when they're a little bit more like they're about the character instead of about the character making fun of another character.
I get
Like
that.
someone saying Taserface is a dumb name. It's like, okay, Rocket. Your name's fucking Rocket.
Well, this went from I'm not trying to be petty to all the way petty.
That's why I can't do
0 to
these. I can't
60.
do these questions.
Okay, Josh. Now
next
we know why
question.
Josh moved on immediately.
Yeah, the next question. Next question comes from B-Rad. Pick a movie. Keep one actor. The rest are played by Muppets.
Clue.
Oh, this is a great. I said John Wick when I saw this online. Keep Keanu Reeves.
That's a really good one.
I want that now.
That's my answer all the way through.
I love the idea of Lord of the Rings, but keep Elijah Wood.
Or keep Sean Astin as Samwise, and he has just to be really.
And he
endearing
literally
and
is
sweet to
carrying a Muppet version of Frodo.
But I can't carry you. He just picks it, puts his hand in it, and then walks off.
I was originally saying Clue because I wanted Tim Curry to be surrounded by Muppets again, like Muppet Treasure Island. But I think.
But then you lose Madeline Kahn. Flames, hot flames, on the red
Flames.
hot flames. On the side of my face, burning.
But then I thought of Back to the Future and Doc Brown being the only actual person.
Because he's kind of a Muppet himself.
Yeah, so then it would just be like more Muppets than actual. I don't know. It's to me, it's perfect.
I dig it. You could do either one. The Marty would work too. Like, imagine the scene in the car with his Muppet mom.
Yes. Oh, you're right. Okay.
The underwear scene, like in the first one.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Check out those
Muppet
episodes.
caressing.
There are really good ones, and I think I want to just throw the curveball to have it, just so I could say I did it.
The Prestige. Keep Hugh Jackman.
No. I almost want to do that. I almost want to do no. I almost want to do. There was a different one I wanted to do, and it would have been
Les
good for you.
Mis with Hugh Jackman.
No, I'm going to do Don't Breathe and keep Stephen Lang.
Whoa.
I don't know of this one. What is that type of movie?
It's a horror movie where these people break into a house and they try to steal money, but then the guy they break into the house is Stephen Lang, and he's blind and he has all these death traps and he kills all the burglars one by one. And I'm like,
kidnaps
Halloween,
women.
keep Jamie Lee Curtis.
yeah, that's what I would keep Jason just like
I was
keep
gonna say
the killer
keep-
so that
just
Muppets are just
murdering
getting
Muppets.
murdered.
Yeah.
But like, and so I
flies
almost want to do
everywhere.
The Thing, and I was like, ooh.
Oh my god.
Could you imagine the Muppet monster with the dogs, like the goo, but it would
Okay.
be Muppets?
Oh my god.
It's a good question.
Oh my god.
It's a good question.
Hear me out. Grease, but keep John Travolta.
Yes.
Would you like it then,
Yeah.
Josh? What if all the
Yes.
Muppets were Paddington?
I would love it.
Paddington.
Paddington, but keep Paddington.
There it is. Paddington.
Josh's one true weakness.
Oh, Paddington, my only weakness. How did you know? Next question comes from Josh C. Shout out. What is your favorite anime and why? Also, DBZ episode soon?
How often do we talk about a DBZ episode?
We have it
Too
prepared, but it's like years in the making.
It'll take us like a year to get through everything.
Some of y'all need to prepare.
Okay, Tom is
I
prepared.
was bred for this thing.
You
was
were
like a
bred for it? You weren't born ready. You were
I
bred
was
for
ready.
this.
This was like a
Did they say-
eugenics project. Like Tom will do a DBZ episode one.
Oh, DBZ I could do. Dragon Ball I'd have to watch again.
One
I haven't
day.
finished it all the way through. I'm bad. But DBZ I could do now. For me, it's Kenshin. I love Rurouni Kenshin. It's one of the first animes I ever watched, so maybe I have that attached to it as well. I just love. It's got this sort of cinematic aspect to it that a lot of the other animes I watch at least don't have. And I love the period piece of it all, and I like the, I love the idea of a killer trying to atone in some way, form, or fashion, and turns out he's actually kind of a nerd and kind of clumsy, and then he just has that one badass moment every episode, like that. I think it's episode 1 or 2,
The sword
where he
under the
puts that
chin,
guy through the
in the
chin. Yeah, and he
ceiling.
goes, "I wasn't finished speaking," and you're like, "Oh fuck, this guy." So I think Kenshin it has a very special place in my heart.
That's your S tier.
I'll go next.
To a certain point.
I saw
and then-
I saw the two others thinking really hard, going to their mental
I
palaces.
know mine.
For me,
I know Josh's.
Paddington.
No.
The animated
I'll
series.
go. Dragon Ball Z is mine. Dragon Ball Z is mine just because I think a lot of people joke about how like the filler or like the prolongation because they were letting the manga catch up to it, and the long fight scenes. But for some reason I look back on it very fondly. I look back on it very like if I didn't have those as a kid, I would never understood what patience meant. Like there's so many times now where we're just like, oh my god, why does it hurry up? It's like, Let it chill. Look at all the people who are crying about WandaVision now and be like, nothing's happening. It's like, chill. Enjoy what you got. Like, see what's happening, and it's going to build up. And that's what I really like from it. But also, just really good developmental arcs for certain characters that were like villains at one moment, then good guys, and then anti-heroes, and this idea of legacy, and then it's just kooky enough because it's Akira Toriyama. So you got dragons, aliens, and robots all at the same time. And Dragon Ball Z all day. It's the one, Dragon Ball Z walked so everyone else could run for me. And it taught me a lot of the rules of like what anime is. So
yeah.
So who's next?
I'll go next. Everybody already knows mine. It's My Hero Academia. It's probably like my first anime if I'm real, because it's the only one it's the first one that I watched all the way from start to finish. And I just, from episode 1, I was just hooked. I always love the kind of the subversion of the superhero drama, or just the story of that, of like, it's not just a superhero thing. There's more to it, and these like quirks and all that kind of stuff. And I'm a sucker for an underdog story. I love Midoriya. I just love the journey of it. It's
Journey.
The journey.
Buongiorno.
Now we got him on that Korra life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, does that count? I thought you guys said I'm not allowed to.
That does not count.
No,
Okay.
it doesn't count.
But damn, Korra.
And you're kind of like just wondering why did Nickelodeon let those things go? You're like, I don't know.
Check out our Avatar: The Last Airbender episode, and soon, someday, probably Korra.
Yeah. All right, Kaylin.
Oh man, it's
0
so
hour.
tough.
Is it in a package and there's fruity things?
I do really like Fruits Basket. I'm trying to go back between. There's like 3 that are like my comforts. It's
Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon, Ouran High School Host Club, and oh my God, what did you just say? Fruits Basket. Yeah. Like,
So you got 3?
yeah.
You gotta choose 3?
Yeah.
So anyway, also Yu Yu Hakusho. Also,
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah, I
what
know.
the hell?
Okay, if I was going to say the one that I've returned to the most, or on High School Host Club, because it has this like self-awareness, doesn't want to participate in the tropes that it shoves, but also still has the tropes. Like, it's got so much juxtaposition there that I really enjoyed that. And yeah, that's the best description I have for
the
it.
real answer that we needed to give was go into our Discord and talk to us about it on the anime channel,
Yeah.
because we want to talk about, because how do you pick one? It's so hard.
It's not really
So
possible.
hard.
Also, One Punch Man season 1 specifically. I haven't seen season 2 yet.
Kaylin, it's
Saitama's my
one.
husband. Okay, I'm sorry.
Pulling
I'm done.
it's
a Josh. No one
I did.
cares
Cowboy
about
Bebop.
your 4th option.
Cowboy
That's fine, I
Bebop
said
is
it.
all the same.
Okay, anyway. So now,
Yeah, Cowboy
So
Bebop. Josh.
now we can take questions from the Twitch chat.
chat.
Has anyone been writing any down?
I wrote
or-
down some.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was not. Look.
No, but Tom's on it, so it's all good.
I wrote down. First question from Lukion. Your favorite flavor of pudding?
Peanut butter.
I'm a basic.
I
bitch.
love peanut
vanilla.
butter pudding.
I'm a chocolate man.
You know what I grew
Yeah.
up on was those ones that's the chocolate, vanilla chocolate.
The layers.
Mm-hmm. And
My
I would
mom-
eat them layer at a time because
Oh
I'm a
my gosh.
freak.
I
I'm
do
a
the same
I'm a
thing.
murderer.
If there's layers, I'll do the same thing. But my mom used to make peanut butter pudding from scratch in the
Nice.
winter. And then we would put a little, like some chocolate chips. She always kept a big old bag on the freezer, which I still do too. And then you put it on top and then they melt. It's so good.
Smart move.
I'm a basic bitch. I love chocolate. I like chocolate pudding.
Yeah.
All
You
day,
like
every day.
pudding, Josh?
Pudding. Yes, he loves pudding.
He loves it.
Tom.
I'll open the chat up. Hey, everyone in the chat, go ahead and just start flooding us with more questions. But the next question, this one breaks it for me because it doesn't ask all of us. It only asks Caitlin. And this is from Mamba.
Uh-oh.
How much money do we need for you to play Resident Evil 8? $500?
$500. I'll play Resident Evil 8 for $500.
I want $500.
You want the $500?
You
want
support Nerd
$500.
On with $500. I'll play Resident Evil 8.
Corey, I'm glad you let me do the Asian guy.
Yeah.
So that you could be
Could
Jake Gyllenhaal.
not do
Jake
that.
Gyllenhaal, Holly.
Yelling hula. Hey.
But Jared,
I saw one. Are you guys wearing hockey pads?
Yeah.
Are you? Because
Well,
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
I'm not wearing
so you
hockey
can
pads.
See.
I actually have to wear hockey pads all the time at work
Really?
now. Yeah,
So
because
the joke's the reality.
Street hockey though, not like hockey pads. Hockey pads,
yeah, they're mainly the knee pads because
like for roller skating.
be ready to clip this. I'm on my knees all the time at work, and I just need to have knee pads.
Yeah, you are.
Hers, folks.
It's rough.
TOS, buddy. TOS.
It's rough. It's rough because I'm climbing up things, and then there's a lot of like metal on my knees, and then sometimes I'm on the ground and I'm rolling things up like carpet and rugs.
Like rugs
Yes.
or rugs?
wow.
I'm trying to keep it clean, Caitlin. I don't know about you.
One man's too much information is another man's not enough
TOS.
information.
Anyway,
and a third man's just enough
terms of service
information.
is what that is.
I got another one. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's I apologize if I'm pronouncing this incorrectly. Please correct me phonetically in the chat. But Masa Ryu Zero asks, what would it take to get all of you to squad up on Fallout 76?
Cross-platform play. That's literally
Cross-platform
it. That's,
play, or
So-
we'd have to. Corey and I would have to start over on PC.
Yeah, because I don't have any consoles. I'm only PC.
I only have Xbox. He's got PlayStation. I do have a PC. We would
I have
have to
PC.
get so if I guess
We could
how
start
much is
from
4
scratch.
copies of the game? That's what it would take. 4 copies of Fallout 76.
Fallout 376.
You're remembering a legendary
Tony Hawk
perk?
376.
No, it's a prank phone call I did on my buddy when he worked at a game. He worked at Game Crazy. And I called him and I said, "You got that Fall Through 3?" And he was not happy with me.
Oh, that makes sense.
You guys ready for the next question?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. This one, I don't know if this is a real question, Talon. Okay, but
But it's
this
about
from
to
Talon
be.
the Dragon. Talon of the Dragon. So Josh, Corey, and Tom, which of you has the biggest crush on Caitlin?
I have a wife.
So
I
does
have a
Josh.
wife.
That's
Yeah.
I have a wife too.
Oh, it's Corey.
He doesn't.
That's
Her
right.
name is Career.
Pamela.
Oh.
I was gonna say
I'm
Paula.
Married to my career.
I'm
She lives in
the
Canada?
same boat as Tom.
Yeah.
Technically speaking,
It's too much. It's too much family here. I
yeah.
don't think
Technically
it
speaking,
works.
Yeah.
the only answer by deduction is that 2 of them are married, so it has to be me.
It's you, Tom.
Yeah, that's why I give her
Crushing.
all the shit. I take
Yeah.
over her streams. I clothe
He's
her. I
pulled my
feed
hair
her.
once by accident because he leaned on it.
You
I did
did
what?
rip the shoulders of his shirt with along
Yeah,
with
I
you
John's
did
didn't rip it.
headbutt me
Did I
hella
rip it?
hard. I mean,
was
this
scared.
You
It was
kind
a
of
scary
formed
dream.
a
You threaded
permanent
it.
like thing in
Yeah.
my shirt once. Like there was like this permanent.
I
like,
was
shoulder
I was
nipple.
afraid while we were playing Resident Evil 7, so I kept like rolling the seam and unrolling it and re-rolling it because
she looked like she was like one of them
I
trap
was
queens.
a little
in the,
spiders. I was a little spider rolling my prey.
she was just
And
like,
that's my
"Hey,
light."
homie, I'll get you a roll right here," and it was just a shirt. And I was like, "What?"
Next question.
Okay,
Next
next
question.
question.
Toilet
Fun
paper
question.
roll. Over
Sharkbait
or under?
901. Fun question. Toilet paper roll. Over or under?
Over.
I have a
Over.
I have a bidet,
Corey's like, I'm out.
my booty gets sprayed.
but also over.
Yeah,
over.
over, not never under. Why?
If I walk
The
into
OCD
someone's
in
house
everyone
and they
just
have
went,
it under,
"Ah."
I assume they're trying to murder me, and I sneak out through the window.
that
I
that
hope
can track.
you do that.
Yeah.
I
And if
hope
it's
you
folded
do-
in a triangle, run. Just get out. Fight your way out if you have to.
Yeah.
No, I'm
yeah.
kidding. But am I?
Oh my god.
I don't care because I'm chaotic neutral.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't care at all. Just grow up and just fix it if you have such a problem. But
Tom really is, you guys, one moment here. Tom really is chaotic neutral. Whatever
Yeah.
progresses things forward is what he is for.
yeah, just get on with it.
Just wipe your butt.
There are more pressing things in the world.
And
All
if
the
they have
time.
if they have clamshells, you you're gonna die there.
The little like metal overhang.
No, just the little 3 clamshells.
Seashells.
It's a movie.
Seashells.
Caitlin probably hasn't seen it.
It's still Demolition Man.
Yeah,
3 seashells. She doesn't know these 3 seashells.
Yeah.
I'm if I'm cognizant, I'm like, I'll put it over because everyone gets all in a fuss.
We do.
Did everyone answer? Did everyone answer before the next question?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. From Thomas Alorio. I want to make sure Solorio. Sorry, my bad. What do you like to cook in air fryers?
Caitlin, go first.
I don't have one, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have one
If
either.
I had one, I would probably use it to cook literally all of my food.
I have seen air fryers in action, and I'm like, that's dope. I just don't have one.
I don't have one either, but I went home and my mom has one and I helped her learn how to use it. And buffalo cauliflower is the best thing to make in it, hands down.
I need an air fryer.
Yeah.
Just for that.
I need an
it
air
takes
fryer.
like 14 minutes tops.
40?
And 14 minutes tops.
That
You've
amazed
got
her even more.
Buffalo
Do you know how much stuff
cauliflower.
I get done with my life?
I'll send you the recipe. I also got a dope recipe for homemade ranch. So all yours. And if we get 4 copies of
Nerd
Fallout
On-
76 on PC, I'll
Nerd On
post
has
that
a
recipe.
P.O. box.
We do.
Just kidding. Anyway, Tom, have you used one?
I don't personally have them. My roommate does, and we all met Rashid. He came to our live show.
Yeah.
He cooks a bunch of good stuff. He always tries to cook new things. But there's only one thing I would cook in an air fryer. Corey knows.
What's that?
What do I bring all the time to any function?
Fried chicken.
Fried chicken. That's the only thing you fry. Either that or stir fry. But it's fried chicken.
I knew what it was before you even answered. Every time I've known Tom for what? It's like 6 years now?
Something like that.
Something like that. 6, 7 years. I've invited him house a ton of times. Always brings a full thing of fried chicken. Sometimes alongside a rotisserie chicken.
Because no
He's
offense,
got the meats.
I love everyone. Y'all always invite me to these things. You bring me to your house. It's wonderful. There's chips. There's all these sorts of types of dips. There's charcuteries. But I need sustenance.
Death cheese.
I need sustenance. I need to feel like a meal. Like
waiting for the butt.
I showered. I did my hair. I got dressed up.
showered
got
in
the
fried
fit,
chicken?
and then I didn't eat. And so I go here. I'm like, there's chips and popcorn. I'm like, but homie,
So now you're going to air fryer your fried chicken from now on forever.
I can just make it myself, baby, and make a little lemon pepper, a little soy, a little fish.
He's going to cook for everybody now. That's what he's saying.
Josh, did you go with yours?
I don't have one, so
Neither of us have experienced it, so we don't know what we
So
would
they
make.
both answer buffalo cauliflower and fried
Yes.
chicken, respectively.
Yes.
Yeah, what he said. Yeah. Copy paste.
In fact, put those together and you have a hell of a night.
Let me know when you want me to cap off the questions.
let's
by the
say,
way.
One more. Two more.
Two more. Caitlin
I
already said
put up
2.
2
Let's
fingers,
do
so
it.
it's too late.
It's our first show, y'all. Let's
we're
do it. Let's go.
figuring it
Let's go
out.
hard in the paint, as they say.
Oh.
Okay, everyone that's also in the chat, I
felt
want
bad
to
saying
make
it.
sure you know that I'm going to take all the questions you put in right now, and I'll just put it onto our sheet where we go through it every week. So just know that patrons go first. So you might get one 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks, but we will answer every question. I promise you.
gonna
I'll
happen.
make that my duty. So 2 more questions.
Yes.
So second to last is Masaryu. One more time. What is your preferred pet? Josh, someone's going to be sad now.
Yeah.
Someone's going to be sad now.
Oh, you're going to have to pick.
That's your fault for choosing a
Wait, do I
biome
have
of
to pick
animals.
one of my
No,
pets
just
or
your
like
preferred pet.
I think
dog
like a
versus
type.
cat?
Dog
Oh,
versus
okay.
cat.
Preferred
But he
pet.
has
me think
dogs
about it.
and cats, so
Yes.
And
Either
these guys
way.
know how much I love my
you
animals.
lose.
Yes, Caitlin, that's perfect. You lose no matter what.
Oh,
One
man.
choice, both
Corey?
lose.
I grew up with dogs and cats also, so this is tough for me.
So did I.
I'll
either
go first. I'll go
exile-
first.
Yeah.
Go, Tom, go.
Mine's
Dogs.
a cat.
Yeah.
Mine's a cat only because I grew up with, I grew up with the dog, and but longer, my sister Tammy, she had a cat. She has multiple cats. And for me, I feel like the one that makes me less sad if I don't see them after 18 hours.
Cats are like, oh, you're home? Cool.
Yeah. But they're enough to be a companion. And I have experience with cats more than dogs. So I mean, I had other pets, but I'd go for a cat for me, my preferred. And plus they might scratch me if I break their trust, but they may not tackle me down the hallway, which I don't need in my life.
I've had
I
snakes.
legitimately
Snakes are
don't
cool.
know if I can answer this.
Yeah, I don't.
Cats and dogs.
Yeah, cats and dogs.
Here's the thing. I grew up most of my life afraid of cats, actually. I got attacked by a cat when I was young and messed me up pretty bad. And then I got one. And it's like my best friend in the whole wide world now.
Oh.
She gets,
Shoes.
she watches over my, when I take a
Sugar.
shower, she sits on the toilet and makes sure that I make it out okay. And
make sure you don't drown. I get it.
yeah, she just sits and stares at the shower curtain the entire time I'm in there. And I'll like peek my head out and she's just like, hey, you good? You good? But I grew up with dogs my entire life. Like Ellie Mae was a golden retriever I got when I was like 11. And it's just the coolest. And my grandma always had dogs growing up. She always had 3 dogs all the time. When one would pass, she would adopt another one. She always had 3. So I don't know, man. They each offer something very unique. And like I can't go on a hike with my cat, and I loved doing that with my dog. But to your point, the things I can do with my cat, like the way I play with her and stuff like that, or the way she can sleep on the bed and not, even though she does take up a lot of the bed, but not really, you know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff can't do with a dog. I would miss that too. I don't know if I can answer this.
I wanna pull
It's okay.
2 things from the chat real quick. Josh, apparently Mamba said you could just say him. And then also Talent said preferred pet is a Bulbasaur, which I was like, that's wonderful.
Aw.
That's wonderful. So Caitlin, do you have an answer?
I think I'm gonna hop on the cat train just because I have a hard time keeping up with like dog energy. It's just like so constant and bombastic that I like hanging out with cats because they get the zooms at like 3 a.m, but then they're chill most of the time. So
I see.
There you go.
Oh my God, they do.
yeah, they do. Yes,
I
they do.
don't.
And so now
Mine
the last
are on my sleep cycle, which is nice.
question.
Yeah.
Yes,
Last question.
last one.
Last question, everyone. Again, if you want to put more questions in there, we'll put it onto our Google Drive, but also you can ask questions next week when we'll be doing this, right?
Or on our Discord or whatever.
Yes. So from Shotgun Man 5000. In the same vein of favorite anime, what is a show or movie, animated or not, that you always find yourself watching or rewatching because of personal preference?
Oof.
Wow. I feel like I can answer these for y'all.
Okay.
Do it.
Corey
I'm
is,
so interested.
Corey is going to be Lord of the Rings every year, at least one of the original trilogy. The show is Scrubs. The anime is going to be Kenshin because you already started watching it again. And animated, I don't know about just a regular animated series.
Animated series?
I thought it was just one.
Tom, you only need to do one.
I know.
nailed it, though.
I just want to make sure,
He-
I want to make
He's
sure everyone
covering all
knows
the
that I
bases.
know Corey.
I know. I read his palm, I
Yeah.
say, I know everything.
that was all the answers were right.
Does anyone want to go next?
Oh, I thought you were gonna do all the readings of us, Tom.
Oh,
It was gonna be our Tomascope.
Telescope.
Okay, my bad. Okay.
Tom Scope.
For Josh, maybe a show, Monty Python. For Caitlin, Midnight Diner, Tokyo Stories.
Ah, damn. Yeah.
She just went, he's right.
Yeah.
Tom, The Prestige.
I haven't watched The Prestige in like a year, so I can't.
Oh, a
say
whole
that.
year?
Must not be your
Oh.
favorite movie.
Oh,
It's
did
not.
someone miss a few months in the quarantine?
2020 was really hard.
It was.
I didn't even get to watch The Prestige.
I didn't watch The Prestige. But you know what? Something I will do, and this isn't like because it's one of my favorite. It's because it's something I just like. I try to do to feel something. And it's I try to watch Simpsons every holiday season.
Oh.
So I'll always start with season 1, episode 1, and I'll go as far as I can go, and then I'll stop. Just because I don't know what that just makes me put like I'm in the Christmas because the first episode I think is on Christmas. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That me.
Well, that's it.
I like the Tomascope.
Yeah, it was good.
That has been this week's update. Thank you so much to everybody that sent in the questions. Thank you to the chat that is watching currently as we are recording this live on Twitch. Thank you for listening. Whoever is listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that stuff. Speaking
Wherever
of which,
podcasts are heard.
exactly.
Yeah.
Nerd On, we are everywhere.
We
you
are.
name it, we're there. We also, our episodes are posted.
Our episodes are pasta. Eat
our
it.
pasta. God, that's such a delicious podcast. Pastacast. Yeah, we're posted to YouTube, and now that we're doing these Twitch Live, the update will be on video on YouTube as well. So check that out. A really easy catch-all is our website, nerdon.tv. It has all of the information on everything that we do. We have 2 podcasts that we do every week. We also have our sister show, The Capeless Crusaders, that does everything comic books. That's what they talk about. Wonderful crew over there. A big shout out to our partners, Apogee, who equipped us with these microphones, and Odyssey. Speaking of which, we do have that giveaway that's going on right now as we are recording that. So whoever's in the chat, last chance. Yeah, but that has been this week's update. I have to get this in. Wherever you are listening, watching, rate, review, subscribe, follow, do all that good stuff.
Gives us the warm fuzzies.
It does. It does. And it actually helps us grow. And consider joining that Nerd On Nation, nerdon.tv/Patreon. It helps us do things like 4K cameras that are on here right now, which is pretty amazing.
Wow.
Wow.
Life is good, but it can't be better.
I should moisturize.
Look at those pores. But yeah, that's it. You know the drill. As always,
Nerd on.